And we're up on Class vs. Crass. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We've got a very special episode for you guys tonight. With me, as always, we've got Shawn Long.
Yo.
And
that's all I got to say.
Yeah, that's good. It's a good start. And I'm here too, Jason Lapine. So thanks for joining us on our Class vs. Crass podcast, the weekly podcast of Nintendo stuff. So Shawn, not much in Nintendo news in the last week, eh?
Nothing too much. I mean, you had Sakurai talking shit and everything that I covered on Nintendo Enthusiast Week in Review, which all of you scrub lords should have watched.
Why should we watch that? Is there any incentive?
I mean, it's the best Nintendo show, weekly show.
The only Nintendo show.
Because I'm the only one with the balls to do it. And the time and dedication.
I'd do it, but you got to me first.
Yeah. It's good that I do it, though, so people actually watch it.
Well, you know.
Oh, Jesus, something's playing. Why is there... Okay, sorry.
You good? You good? Technical issues out of the way?
There was an advertisement playing. It was very strange. Okay.
We don't want that. All right, so big drop last week was the Mario Kart 8 DLC, of course.
It was.
So we've got 200cc, 4 new courses. No, wait. 2 new cups, 8 new tracks, 3 new characters, and a bunch of vehicles. Have you had a chance to try all that good stuff?
I have.
It's good. It's good. All right, so what we're going to be doing today, folks, we have all of the Mario Kart 8 tracks, and we figured, hey, let's go through all 48 of them. And we doing the thing, the love it, like it, hate it, meh on this? I think that's what we agreed on, right?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was that or picking one thing we love, one thing we hate about each track. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's 48 tracks. If we even do this a minute a track, it's going to take a while. So do chime in on what tracks you guys love and how you're loving 200cc. Actually, let's get that out of the way first. 200cc. I mean, I got to finally play it with you and some other dudes online yesterday. How you loving 200cc, Shawn?
I love it. It's great. Baby Park all the way.
Baby Park is insane on 200cc.
It's so much fun. It's the best. I don't know why people don't like it. It's pretty damn weird, but yeah, I love it.
It's intense. 200cc is ridiculous. Like, I am just bumping into walls, feeling like a noob all over again.
Yeah.
So, but glad they did it. It's like it's the perfect level of fun with friends. We had a blast last night playing online.
Well, it helps extend the game as well.
Oh, for sure. Gives it a fresh new life. So Blackbirdie is asking how much is the cost of the new DLC. I think in Canada it probably went up because of the stupid exchange rate. But what is it in the US, Shawn? It's like $10.
I don't remember because I bought both packs at once. I think it's $8.
It was like $8.99 or $7.99 something to buy each pack, or you could buy both of them together for a really good price, probably 15.
Yeah, like $15, I think, and I did that because I figured that's what I was, that's what I was gonna do anyways. I was gonna get them anyways. So
yeah, but 200cc is free. You don't need the DLC for that stuff. So you can play it online if you haven't unlocked it, and if you need to unlock it, you just gotta get, I think, a gold cup on all of your 150cc races on all your cups, which
Correct.
is a challenge all of in itself. I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done it yet either. I just hopped online. I don't have time to do that, so I just jump online and play it.
150cc is so hard against the computer. I can't even imagine what 200cc is like. I can't imagine that being any sorts of fun.
I mean, it's not necessarily hard. It's just very time consuming. Very time consuming.
Well, especially if you can get it on the first go.
Yeah. Think of all the races you have to do.
It's 200 though. It's a lot faster.
Yeah, true, but it's hard because it's so fast.
Yeah, and the computer is always a dick. You're like in first place the whole time, then at the end you get shelled 20 times.
Right.
All right, so let's get down to this. So I've got the track list in front of me. Shawn has it too, right?
Yep.
So we're going to start off with what's exciting. We'll start off with the new DLC and we'll work our way backwards. So we'll do DLC Pack 2, then 1, then the originals. So do you have a preference, Crossing Cup or Bell Cup?
No, don't matter.
We'll start with Cross and Cup because that has Baby Park in it. In fact, it's the first one, and we know what you like. So, Baby Park. It's a reinvention of the GameCube track. You love it, like it, hate it, meh, and why?
Love it. Love it. It's fast. It's fun. It's frantic. It's all right turds. You can lap people. It's the only course you can really lap people on. And make them feel like shit.
Yes. Smoking does cause cancer, but Shawn doesn't care.
No.
All right. I love Baby Park 2. At first, I hated it. I wasn't actually much into the GameCube Mario Kart Double Dash. I didn't get to play it much simply because I didn't have a GameCube, but I love it. It's hectic. And doesn't matter what skill level you are, everybody gets to kind of be condensed in the same area, so you're always with your friends. Can't imagine it being fun for single player, but multiplayer, it's a blast. Love it.
Yeah.
Next up in the Cross and Cup, we have Cheese Land, which is apparently a Game Boy Advance remastered track. Love it, like it, hate it, meh.
Meh. I'm not really super into it. I didn't really play the Game Boy one that much, but I mean, it's cool, but it's okay.
I don't see much appeal in Cheese Land. There's no defining moments in that track besides it's a cheese track. So
right.
I don't care for it either. It's meh. That was quick. Next one is Wild Woods. So this is a new one. Wild Woods. Do you remember this one? There's a waterfall in it. You're going up.
Yes. I know all the damn courses. I'm not a noob.
I'm trying to make it sound interesting, all right?
Oh, okay. No, I don't remember it. Yeah, it's that new course with the woods
and the toads and the Shy Guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it, like it, man.
Are you going to ask me the question?
It's right there.
I love it. It's one of the best courses. It's one of the best courses in the game.
Really?
It looks it looks phenomenal. It's very tight and meticulous. So I love it. I think it's a very solid course.
I prefer it over Cheese Land, but doesn't stand out. I just like it. Pretty bland. Last one, Animal Crossing course, also a new one. It has 4 seasons. I don't know what makes the seasons change. Do you?
No, because I've never seen anything beyond the one season of spring or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's the summer one.
Whatever.
Love it, like it, hate it, meh.
I like it. It's okay. Animal Crossing's cool. The music is nice. So I can live with it. It's nothing great, but I like it.
I love the music on it. Simply, like, the course is okay. It's an enjoyable course, but the music sells me on it. I just love it. And I love the part where you go up in the air and you're soaring and you have to pop the balloons. That's fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. 1 cup down. Next cup, Bell Cup. This one, good start. Neo Bowser City. Love it, like it, hate it, meh.
Love it. I love the course in the 3DS game, and it is a good representation of that. Modernized, of course. I like it. I love it. It's a very good course.
It's freaking sexy. I hadn't seen Neo Bowser on the 3DS one. I missed out on a lot of Mario Kart since Mario Kart 64.
I can tell.
Oh, Sub here in the chat saying the seasons are randomly selected in Animal Crossing. So we've just been very unlucky.
Must be.
But yeah, Neo Bowser City is a course that blew me away in terms of visuals. I honestly had troubles watching the race because I was just so busy trying to look at the rest of the course. I love it. It's beautiful, but it's hard as hell.
Yeah.
Next one, we have Ribbon Road. Love it, like it, hate it, meh. Ribbon Road, which one is that? That's the toy one, right?
It's the worst course in the game. It can go to hell, it can die, and I don't like it.
So this is the one where you're playing in a toy room or in a room with toys, whatever.
No, it's gorgeous, but I hate racing on it. I've never done good on it. I hate it. I hate it with a passion.
So is it the whole course? Or is it just that part where the whole track,
whole course,
the whole thing? The
whole course. It can go to hell. I've just never done good at it, and I don't ever see myself doing good at it. So
you'll probably.
I hate it. If I do, I still hate it.
I like it. It's charming. It's actually fun. I enjoy it. It's a blast. Next up, oh, I know what you think of this one, the Super Bell Subway. So this is a new track. You're in the subway and there's trains. That's the big thing. Love it, like it, hate it, meh.
Love it. It's very fun. It looks really good, and it's very fast, and there's lots of cool little details. It's super good course. Love it.
I also love the aspect where you can actually turn and what's the word? If you would look at the screen, you could help with my hand gestures when you drift. I love how you can drift on either the outside or the inside of the train in most corners. Finally, the last one of the DLC Pack 2, we have Big Blue in the Bell Cup. Love it, like it, hate it, or meh.
Love it. It's F-Zero. You don't really need to say much beyond that.
They meet your
F-Zero's
expectations?
awesome. And yes, it's very fast, and it's very crazy and loopy, and it's like a roller coaster, which is what F-Zero courses really are like when you play them. It's fast, it's turns, twists, ups and downs.
So in Big Blue, there's a part where you're actually going down a water slide pretty much. Does that actually makes you go faster, right? Going to the water part?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's insane. Music is great, course is tight, speed is really fun. I love this one too. All right. Any other comments on the new DLC tracks?
Nope. For the most part, aside from that godforsaken ribbon bullshit, it's all good.
All right, good. So overall, very satisfied, right?
Yep.
I am too. All right, rewinding back to the DLC 1 pack in Mario Kart 8. That was when we got the Egg Cup and the Triforce Cup bundled under the Legend of Zelda DLC pack. First up was Yoshi's Circuit, which was a remake from the GameCube era. Love it, like it, hate it, or meh?
Like it. I think it's very fun. I like the little shortcut in it, and it looks really good. And there's a couple corners I don't really care for, but I like it.
It gets meh from me. It's not memorable in any way. I don't really care. Next up, we had Excite Bike Arena, which was awesome. Love it, like it, hate it, or meh?
Love it. It's Excite Bike. Why wouldn't you love Excite Bike?
Well, it's not just Excite Bike. It's actually a unique course in the whole game.
I mean, yeah, but it's also Excite Bike.
Of course. But it's better than Excite Bike.
Wow. No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Awesome.
So love it just because it's Excite Bike?
Yeah.
All right. I love it, not because it's Excite Bike. The music's awesome, and I just love the concept of the course. Just on 200cc, it's amazing because you're just constantly bouncing and flying everywhere.
Right.
It's amazing. Love it. Next, we have Dragon Driftway. Heavy medieval Japanese inspirations in this one. Love it, like it, hate it, or meh?
Meh.
Meh.
Yeah, I don't really like it. It kind of sucks.
I want to like it more than what I should, just because of the theme. I love medieval Japanese stuff, and the theme of this track is good, but it doesn't have anything really cool in it. I think there's just the one part where is this the one where you're on a dragon? The course looks like a dragon.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the only.
Hence the name, Dragon Driftway.
Oh, aren't you clever? So, I like it simply because I'm biased. And yeah, saxophone was amazing in the F-Zero course. Shout out to Mick for pointing that out. All right, next we have the first F-Zero Cup, Mute City. Love it, like it, hate it, or meh?
Love it. It made it was the fastest course at the time in the game, and it really kind of set the stage for the ability for 200cc because so many people, dug that course. So yeah, that's top-notch course right there.
Do you prefer this one over Big Blue?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. Big Blue is okay. Big Blue is great, but I like the courses that aren't necessarily segments where you actually do laps instead of segments. This is a personal opinion.
That's interesting. I actually prefer the segments one where you don't repeat I just find that more interesting. All right, so that was the Egg Cup. The next one was the Triforce Cup, starting off with Wario's Gold Mine, a remake from the Wii. Love it, like it, hate it, or meh.
I like it. I actually like it better on the Wii. I don't know why, but I don't know. I just like the Wii one better than this one. But I mean, it's still good. I still like it.
Isn't it the exact same thing except a graphic downgrade?
I don't know. It feels a little different. It's hard to explain, but it definitely feels a little different to me.
This one, I love the beginning when you drop down. It didn't do this in the Wii version to me, but that first drop, like in 3 seconds in, it actually like makes my heart drop, just like the feeling you get on a roller coaster. And at 200
I want
cc
to see a doctor.
Or not. It's called immersion.
Yeah, it's still kind of weird.
You seem grumpy tonight.
I'm sick.
Moving on, we got Rainbow Road, remake from the SNES game. Yeah, the first Rainbow Road. Love it, like it, hate it, or meh.
Oh, hate it. Hate it. Burn in hell.
Especially
on 200cc mode. Especially on 200cc mode. It can burn for eternity for all I care.
I'm with you on this one. I hate it. It's disgusting.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Nope. Next, we had Ice Outpost. Love it, like it, hate it, or meh.
Nah, it's kind of boring.
I don't even really remember much of it. I get confused with all the ice snow levels.
I mean, it kind of sucks. I mean, there's nothing to it, really.
Yeah, it gets meh from me, too. Next one's a good one, though. Hyrule Circuit. The only Zelda level in the Legend of Zelda DLC pack. Love it, like it, hate it, or meh. I
liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. It still kind of feels a little out of place, but I did enjoy it for what it was.
Yeah, it's not as good as I like. This is another one I feel like I want to love, but it's just kind of mediocre. It's enjoyable. I like it. I love the part of you hit the crystals to open the gate or open the sword or the door or something.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
I just found out that you could do that yesterday.
Wow.
I was like, oh, how do you open that? And then I realized, oh, cool, the boosters are crystals, just like in Zelda. Of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Of course.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and that covers DLC Pack 1. Overall, how did you feel about DLC Pack 1's value?
Very good. All the DLCs. No.
So DLC 2 is the winner?
I think so.
All right, so then the next is, oh man, you want to do retro or the Nitro courses?
Yeah, we can do whatever.
All right, so we're gonna start off with the Mushroom Cup, Mario Kart Stadium, the very first course that brings you to Mario Kart 8. Love it, like it, hate it, or meh.
Love it. It's very well designed and very fun.
Music is kick-ass in this one.
Indeed.
It's a blast. Next was Water Park, the one with the submarine. Love it, like it, hate it, or meh.
It was fun. I liked it.
Agreed. This one too is pretty good. Next one was very much like a Wreck-It Ralph inspiration. Sweet Sweet Canyon. Enjoy that one just for the reference. It's like a Candyland. It's pretty fun. How about you?
Really
like it, don't care. Next one was good. Thwomp Ruins was good.
Yeah, Thwomp Ruins was good.
So Mushroom Cup, love it, like it, hate it, or meh. All the 4 of those.
Yeah, that was cool. That's pretty neat.
All right. Yeah, so Shawn and I are both realizing this is not as exciting as we thought it would be.
Nah.
Going through all 4
the to have like video on the screen and shit, and make it like crazy and cool, so you can see the course that we were talking about. But Google Hangouts isn't really the best place to do that.
Nope.
So
This gets very repetitive quick.
yeah, I mean, what the fuck what can you say? You know, I mean, about courses are courses, but
it's a racing.
It's a racing game. You race around courses and tracks.
I like the turn in that course. Okay, we're dropping this. Yeah. Screw it. I love how
it was really good.
All right, let's pull up some topics from last week. We can have some interesting discussions here. All right, guys, we're
survival horror stuff, man. Survival horror.
Oh, you want to talk about Deserta? I got nothing to talk about on that.
Deserta and Forgotten Memories. I love survival horror.
I don't.
Well, then this will be my segment.
All right, segment away. I've been talking for like 20 minutes.
That's fine. Survival horror now. Come join. Survival horror on Wii U now. Ooh. I think it's interesting how there's a lot of survival horror games that are going to be coming to the Wii U. You have Deserta, Silent Evil, and you have Forgotten Memories, and you have Fatal Frame. So it's pretty interesting how it's kind of heating up, especially when you have, you know, Silent Hills was just canceled. So for the, you know, PlayStation 4. So I mean, really, to get really good survival horror games, the Wii U is actually somehow is becoming the best system for that, which is pretty interesting. But Berserker looks really cool. I would love to see some enemy designs. You know, it's not, you know, it's still in development and whatnot. Whereas Forgotten Memories, go ahead.
I was just gonna say Berserker has a lot of potential. From like what we saw in the gamepad utilization was really crude and like, oh, this looks cheap. Like, I know it's a concept, but I like where the developer is going, and I really hope he's gonna take his time, because I think he can raise the bar. Like, this will be a polished quality indie title if he usually, I know he listens into these podcasts usually. So take your time if you're listening.
Yeah, I have high hopes for that. I'd like to see, you know, enemies and how combat is going.
What are you doing? Are you typing?
Who?
You. What was that noise?
No, that was me crinkling. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very interested to see enemy designs and interested to see how the weapons are going to work, what kind of weapons are going to be in the game. I hope it's, I mean, obviously there's going to be some inspirations from Silent Hill and Resident Evil by the surname of the game, but I have a lot of hopes for that game. And Forgotten Memories is actually already out. It's a port of an iOS game that's currently available. And, you know, people were like, ooh, an iOS game. Like, shut your damn mouth. Do you not? Yeah, the Blackbirdie is a developer of Deserta, by the way. Oh, he was the one that was about to leave because Mario Kart track discussion sucked ass. Yeah, so Forgotten Memories, you know, just came out on the iOS, and people are kind of, you know, dogging it because it's an iOS game. Do people not, like, look at, you know, not everything is Candy Crush Saga. Like, the iOS is a very viable platform, even though I hate it and I'll never play iOS games. It's a very viable platform graphically. I mean, it could run Unreal Engine 4 in a way. So, yeah, you know,
no, you can make good
Forgotten
games.
Forgotten Memories looks really, really graphically appealing. I haven't seen any reviews for it because I don't really, since I know it's coming to the Wii U, I don't really want to know about it too much. But, you know, the developer already said that they're going to improve the graphics. They're going to add, you know, some gamepad stuff. So, I mean, those two games right there are more than enough. And then you have Fatal Frame coming out. So it's like,
I'm actually excited for that one.
Well, yeah, I mean, Fatal Frame is going to be awesome. It's going to be really good. It's not going to sell probably that well, but it'll sell better than it did in Japan. I mean, that's not saying much, but
how much did it sell again? 30K in Japan first week?
Something like that. I could see it. It depends on the timing of the release. I think. I think if they release it, October, it'll do very well. September, October.
Yeah, I think so too. I want to touch on top. Did you want to like splurge more on your horror stuff? Because Mick and
Slender Man is coming too. But I don't know. I haven't seen that in a minute, so I'm kind of wondering what's up with that. But yeah, I mean that's 4 games. Like I don't know. That's a lot. Survival horror seems to be coming back since Resident Evil is taking a shit on itself. So I'm into it.
Good stuff. So Mick was asking what my tweet was about, where I said more and more devs dropping bombs on weekends, plus so close before E3. What's going on? And I was just talking to Shawn about this earlier. So Activision today dropped a whole bunch of news about Call of Duty, a topic we don't usually talk about in here because we don't care about that. But it brings up a trend I've noticed. What was it that was released like 2-3 weeks ago? Who are the developers that did more big announcements on weekends?
Capcom did the Monster Hunter stuff. Project Exode with Bandai Namco. Those were the two. So we got those two, which were dropped on a Saturday and a Sunday, and then we got Activision on a Sunday, and then you have the Nintendo Direct, the April 1st, which unleashed a ton of stuff that they could have held back for E3. So my tweet was about what is going on here. Why are developers releasing announcements on weekends, which is very uncommon because you usually see announcements, on a weekday, Monday to Friday, when most media outlets are actively staffed more or something, whatever. And so close to E3, like we're a month and a half from E3. So why not? Oh, another one was Battlefront. Was it Battlefront? Battlefront 3. I understand it was in parallel with Star Wars Celebration, but still, they released everything. You got the trailers, the launch date. Like, it seems like a lot of surprises are not being held for E3, and I'm just wondering why. Does that mean that there could be a lot of stuff coming out at E3, or are developers just finding E3 not being as good of a marketing platform as it used to be? So they're looking to get their moment in the light before it, and by doing it on a weekend, they have no competitors. What do you think of that?
I don't know. It's tough to say. I think timing for any sort of announcement is crucial. Timing for anything is crucial. So, I mean, I don't know. Activision. I mean, you could theoretically speaking, you can announce a game and then just hype it up more at E3. So it's not like the game announcement overrides really what you could see at the event itself. So yeah, I don't necessarily think it's a changing. It's interesting, but I don't think it's necessarily a sign of the times or whatever.
Like Blackberry says, because news flow is slow on weekend and people are sitting searching for news. Do you think developers are trying to tap into that where, on weekends, you don't find news on anything? So do you just think it's better for developers?
I mean, it helps you stick out a little bit, definitely, because, you have more of a platform to be on. But I don't think necessarily it has to do with how trends are going or whatever. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see, what happens at E3 for a lot of these people.
Yeah, your mic's being weird, but a little bit. There's a tapping sound. So in the chat they're saying E3 is becoming obsolete and Gamescom and PAX is becoming more important because they get in touch with gamers. Theoretically, I would agree, but from what I've seen at PAX, so I definitely agree PAX is better for the gamer. I guess I should put my face here. PAX is better for the gamer. It has a much better feel and a vibe when you go there. But there wasn't that much news at PAX, at least at PAX East. I don't know if PAX Prime will be different. But when you compare...
PAX Prime is bigger.
It is too. So I don't know, are we talking about all the PAXs or just PAX Prime and E3?
I would assume PAX Prime.
Yeah, and in that case, I can't make a call on that. Like last year, E3 was chock full of news, and I didn't really notice that many big things coming out from the other conventions and stuff. There was the award show with all those world premieres.
Oh God, I hope that's not a thing again, because that was not fun.
It was the birthplace of this podcast. So
that's true, but I was so bored with that.
As bored as listing off Mario Kart tracks.
Just about.
So I'm looking at Nintendo Enthusiast here. I see you've got your Cube Creator 3D review up. I didn't read it yet. Did you actually enjoy that?
I had no clue what I was doing. I literally walked around. I did survival mode, and I walked around for an hour, just like I punched a chicken, and like I killed a cow, and I was, what the hell am I supposed to be doing? Because I've never played Minecraft, but my buddy came over. And I was like, hey, have you ever played Minecraft before? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, well, what the hell is it about? And so he told me, and he was kind of watching over my shoulder. He was like, well, do this, do this, do this. And then once I started doing all that stuff, I started having fun with it.
So were you able to craft your tools? Did you have recipes that you could build stuff with?
Yeah, and all the recipes are like streamlined. So he was telling me how in Minecraft you essentially have to have like a FAQ next to you to know what does what.
Yeah.
And in this game you don't. It actually tells you. It says, okay, this and this will create this. And I found it to be very nice because it made it very accessible instead of having to sit there and guess everything, which I think for a portable game is important. So. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great or anything, but I had fun with it more so than I thought I would.
Yeah, I remember the first one. I reviewed it. The what was it called? Battle Miner.
I think Battle Miner wasn't necessarily supposed to be a Minecraft game. I think it was just a Minecraft theme, if that makes sense, like graphically. So I think a lot of people, were disappointed in that. Now, if they want, a real sort of Minecraft experience, they won't be disappointed with this because it's more akin to Minecraft.
I don't know. Even like Battle Miner, to defend it a little, it was in a way better than Minecraft in the sense that if you're only playing as single player, it actually gave you a purpose. Go get this survivor. That survivor gives you a recipe. Now you can build a better gun to kill the ants to go save the next survivor. Like, there was a bit of a reason to keep going. Whereas Minecraft is just like, build what you want. And I don't care. I don't want to build.
I mean, that's kind of how, because there's two modes. There's survival mode and there's creative mode. Creative mode is where you just build stuff. Survival mode is where you have to battle and, do stuff. And I liked survival mode a hell of a lot better than the other because I just didn't want to sit there and create stuff, really.
Yeah. So we've got a lot of questions here on the big games. Well, two of them, and I'm going to bring up the third one. So we've got Splatoon just around the corner. We've got Xenoblade, which hopefully is not that far off. And we've got Devil's Third, which we have no idea where. Do you want to comment on any of those games right now? Like where do you want to start? Devil's Third? I know that's your baby.
Devil's Third is going to be awesome. I don't care what anyone says. I think Devil's Third has all the potential in the world. Itagaki is the man, and I don't know.
Nothing, eh?
Yeah, not necessarily. Like Concrete, not really, but
Do we know if it's this year yet?
What was that?
Do we know if it's this year?
Yeah, it is this year. Yeah, it'll be this year. That's one of the games they're going to showcase at E3 since there a lot of bro gamers are into E3, and that's definitely. Excuse my French, but when I was watching the thing last year, and I saw the dude say "die, motherfucker" on a Nintendo game, I was just like, oh, "This is me. This is what I need. I need it." And ever since then, I've just been like obsessed with the game, just because it's such a non-Nintendo game, and for it to be, I think if it was a multi-plat. it wouldn't be, I wouldn't be as excited for it. But the fact that it's an exclusive, it's over the top, it's violent, it's sexual, and Itagaki is doing it. It's just like, it's like a perfect storm of a game. So I have a lot of high hopes for it. Definitely have a lot of high hopes for it.
I've got some high hopes for Xenoblade. Is there like a way that we can call this short XCX? No, that'd be stupid. Xenoblade Chronicles X. I get tired of saying.
You can just say Xenoblade. I mean, the other one's already out.
Yeah, but then does that lead to confusion? Anyway.
No, I mean, just specify Xenoblade U. Why don't you say that?
Yeah, okay, Xenoblade U, yeah. I'm hyped for that. It's definitely been catching my attention since it was first announced. But what are you doing with your are you doing some Wu-Tang stuff?
Someone's asking about Wu-Tang. Came to bring the ruckus.
All right. You didn't see the direct, did you, last week? No, you were at work. You were watching it.
I was at work because
not
enough people go to the website. Bastards.
It's true. It's true. Nintendo enthusiasts ain't where we want it to be. But anyways, it was a terrible. It wasn't terrible. It was underwhelming. As Mick said, like we got no release date. We got nothing. You got some gameplay. I had to watch half of it on mute, but just simply gorgeous. The game looks fabulous, and I just can't wait to dive in. I feel like it's high time. They've been teasing this game, what now, 2-3 years? It's been dangling in front of us. It's time.
Yeah, I think so.
You think they're going to hold this one till the fall? I really hope not.
Xenoblade? I don't think they can necessarily. I think they have to have a summer game, and they don't have a summer game so far. They have a lot of fall games with Yoshi's woolly penis and Mario Maker.
Okay, I don't know if I'm being ignorant on this one, but I don't understand how Yoshi's woolly world, I just caught what you said, can be released in Europe, but has to wait 5 months until North America. There's
going to be something to make up for it.
But why?
No,
why can't you? What does it need to be ready in North America?
Because it's Nintendo.
Okay, so there's no reason.
I'll steal Jason Chuang's thing because Nintendo. Who the hell knows?
Ask me Nintendo questions, and I will answer them all with because Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean, really, there's no rhyme or reason to it.
That's ridiculous.
Maybe they're looking for a spark in that market, and and that game is anticipated in that market or something. I don't know.
I think it could be maybe the Yoshi amiibo situation. I think Europe is just a smaller market, and they know that North America is going to eat up those amiibo like crazy, so they need to produce more amiibo. Amiibo.
Hey, we could talk about speaking about amiibo. Amiibo Tap is coming out next week. This upcoming week.
The what?
It's that thing that actually gives amiibo something to do, and everyone's like, "Oh, it looks stupid." But I don't know. I mean, first and foremost, it's free. Why are you complaining about something that's free? I don't care if it's the stupidest thing in the world where you just like draw a face on a baby or something. Like, it's free. Who cares? And you get to like try out games and shit, and the graphical interface is nice. You have these amiibo that are just sitting there doing nothing, and Nintendo is giving you something
good.
for free that'll let you use those amiibo with something, and people are still like, shit, no, it looks stupid, It's free! What do you want for free? Like, Jesus Lord, man. I'm very excited. I will use that with my 3 amiibo. I will be like, oh, okay, cool. Let me check this out. Oh, cool. I'll play a little game. Ooh, this looks nice. I like the graphical interface.
You will not
this
use
is great.
Come on.
I will too. You're
gonna tap your little amiibo to play a game that you have 10 times over for 3 minutes.
Why not? It's better than the amiibo just sitting there not doing shit, which it does in 90% of games.
No, it's not. You're better off taking your game and blowing it and playing that for a half hour than tapping your amiibo to play it for 3 minutes.
But it's not necessarily for me. It's not for me. It's for the person who has 1 million amiibo and doesn't have anything to do with them.
and doesn't.
I don't think they would do it. I don't. Like if you haven't played retro games or you haven't grown up with it, I honestly don't think they have much appeal to a new generation. You have the snobby gamers who are like, oh, I'm gonna go dabble into the old retro scene. But honestly, if you didn't grow up with it, I just don't. I try to play retro games and they're not that appealing. They are not as good as I remember them.
It's because you suck. Like,
of course, you'd think I suck. You're a retro collector / player.
Retro games are, enjoy your updates and bullshit and mandatory patches because we released a game that doesn't, work right.
It's called polish.
It's not polish. Show me a damn retro game besides like Action 52 that would need a patch. Does Rocket Knight Adventures need a patch? I'll just start reading stuff. Cobra Triangle, Kid Icarus, Metroid,
Rocket Knight needs a patch.
Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. 3. None of those need patches.
Rocket Knight Adventure could use extra levels because it's so damn fun.
But I mean,
there you go.
That's DLC.
Yeah. Can't argue with it's free. I think the reason that people are upset that it's free, it's like, oh, you could be doing all these other things with Amiibo and you're giving me this, which has no appeal to me.
Who cares? It's something. Something is better than nothing. And it's free.
I don't know. Sure. I mean, it is free. I'm not going to argue. I don't get mad because you're giving me free stuff. I'm just saying.
But people are. People are. They're like, yeah.
People get mad at everything, though. You're getting mad at people who are getting mad. Like, it's just.
Damn right I am.
But were we on another topic? I feel like we just totally derailed. We were talking about Splatoon, Xenoblade, and Devil's Third. Splatoon.
I think Splatoon is going to be. Okay, let me say this. I think Splatoon is supposed to be what Mario Kart is to racers. I don't necessarily think.
That's a good analogy.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with Splatoon. When it was first showed off, you had people like on our page, Dakota, who just envisioned that it would be this crazy competition-based game. And at no point in time did really anyone give that sort of indication that it would be. I guess people just assumed a lot of stuff. Now, granted, I think the lack of voice chat and the non-customization is a bit strange and kind of weird. But in the same breath, like I think it's supposed to be a pick up and play game. It's not something that pick up and play. Just jump in, have fun, and get out. It's not designed for competition in mind, and I think that's what burned a lot of people. Excuse me, was that a lot of people expected it to be more than what it was, and then they were disappointed.
Yeah, this is what happens when I read the chat. I disconnect from you. But
okay.
Granted, you're right. I think Splatoon is supposed to be what Mario Kart is to racers, and it's not envisioned as this glorious competitive game. But neither was Smash Brothers, and I think up until even the most recent Smash, Nintendo, Smash became competitive at Melee. That's when it took off. And then Brawl came out, and the Smash scene was kind of upset because it didn't live up to the Melee. And then Smash 4 came out, and I'm not sure. I think Nintendo kind of catered to that market a little bit better, better than Brawl. But you still have the Melee purists. So Dakota on our site, he's hardcore into Smash, and I think he sees the same thing in Splatoon, that maybe it's not designed to be competitive and crazy, but he sees the mechanics and the depth is there, and you have what you need to have a very good, fun, competitive game, and he sees that potential. So I think it could take off. You're not going to see it in the same way as Call of Duty, but
I mean, you say Melee is what started the Smash competition, but the Smash competition didn't start online. It started, in local player mode. It started, in basements and, seedy back alleys. And so, that was a different time. I mean, fans can ultimately decide if the game is going to be a competitive game or not, because they will find a way to make it a competitive game. But I don't think Splatoon was ever meant to be a competitive game. I mean, you're a squid throwing ink. What about that really says like hardcore competitive game? Like, no, it's just supposed to be, pick up and play sort of fun. But,
I don't know. It's really warming up to me. Like, shooters aren't my thing, and Splatoon was kind of meh when I picked it up. But the more I see of it, and I don't know, the more energy that's coming around it, I'm really getting more excited to play. Like, I remember the mechanics of it, the whole diving in the ink and flowing through it. Like, I think I could pick this up and get more into it. So
I don't necessarily think it's going to be great. I just think it's going to be good, and there's nothing wrong with, a good game.
yeah, especially if it's the start of a new IP. Like, if they want to do Splatoon on the NX or whatever, or a 3DS Splatoon somehow, paint the world with augmented reality. Wow.
That'd be weird as shit.
Yeah, it could happen. But yeah, we're at the last 10-minute mark, so I did open up the chat room to questions, so we have a bunch of them piling up. So I don't know if you want to start picking off anything you see that's interesting. We can get into discussions with the audience.
You pick a question to go, because I'm going to do a little marketing.
Yeah, sure. So we got people were mad at the Mario Kart DLC was released August 27th. I'm not sure. No, I can't really comment on that. Yeah, exactly. Kimmerson was saying how Smash Brothers was not meant to be competitive, and look at it now. Favorite track of Mario Kart 8? Answer it real quick. I feel like we spent enough time on that. What is your favorite track?
Overall or new DLC?
Overall.
Baby Park!
There we go. Big Baby likes the Baby Park. For me, Excite Bike or Big Blue? I'm not really sure yet. This one's good. Do you guys think Nintendo will be doing another Nintendo Direct at E3 or a live on-stage press conference?
You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. You always go first. I think we're going to see the same thing we saw last year. Nintendo is going to be doing the Direct or the live, whatever they call it, digital presentation. I think that worked great. It was awesome. And then you're going to probably see Treehouse down at E3 doing all of the developer interviews and playthroughs of game. I don't expect anything new from Nintendo in their presentation style.
I think it'll be the same as last year, honestly.
Right.
I don't think there's gonna be some drastic change of that. But there's nothing wrong with that, because I thought E3 was well done last year. But
is this true? Splatoon is priced cheap, like Kirby? Did you see that?
No, not to my knowledge.
I just see a comment here that Splatoon is priced $40, just like Kirby in the game store Mick goes to. If that's true, that's very interesting. I have to admit, though, I am a little bit disappointed in Splatoon's graphic choice. I thought that they would have tuned up the graphics just a little bit. It's not a deal breaker. I'm not that big into graphics, but it would have been nice.
In what?
In presentation, I think Splatoon could have.
Oh, really? I think it looks great.
I think it looks a little like the main characters. Like, I really don't care about much of the scene. It's the main characters. I wish they would have been. I don't know. They look a little too Wii generation.
Who's my favorite member of Wu? Was it the favorite or the best? Who's the best? Lex Diamond, for sure.
That's what
Rick Wong, the chef.
What are you saying?
Who's the best member of Wu-Tang?
Oh, okay.
It's definitely Lex Diamond, aka Raekwon the chef. Shout out to ODB. ODB was amazing. And of course, Ghostface is great.
I never really got into Method Man too much. Ghostface is awesome. RZA, Jizza, you know, but definitely my favorite is Raekwon.
All right, Nintendo topic. Do you think we will see a new Super Mario sports game for Wii U?
God, I hope so.
Which one? Mario and then Sonic at the Olympics.
No, go to hell. I want another Mario Hoops, man. Mario Hoops 3-on-3 was hype on the DS, and I would like to see another Mario Hoops game.
What about Striker, Mario Striker? That was good,
but I mean, they did one on GameCube and they did one on Wii. Why not? You know, where's my new Hoops game? Where's, you know, another Mario Slugger? Oh, they did do a Mario Sluggers on the Wii. They did a lot of Mario sports games on the Wii.
Yeah, because they were pushing the Wiimote. That was the only thing they knew how to do. They're like, well, sports, rackets, sticks. Yeah, you know, they were really pushing the sports aspect.
Right. What the hell is that?
It meows all the
Small
time.
child.
Yeah, it just walks around. It meows. It's lost and confused, and it's not even senile. It's 1 year old. I don't know what's wrong with
Throw
it.
it outside and hope it doesn't come back.
I live on a 12th floor. It wouldn't come back if I tossed it out.
My statement stands.
All right.
Game of Thrones is about to start. No, I don't watch Game of Thrones.
That's a good topic because I was like, do people watch the podcast? Because I wasn't sure if Game of Thrones was at 8 or 9. I don't watch it just because it's on HBO and I don't watch TV, but I follow the show through other means.
No, I have no idea what it's about. I know there's like boobs and stuff in it. So, I mean,
Do you
I guess
not
that's cool.
like swords or medieval stuff? Like, why aren't you getting into it?
No, I don't.
Oh, all right.
That stuff's not cool to me. I
Yeah.
mean, it's cool in a video game and not a television show. I don't watch much TV to begin with though, so I don't really have time for it.
Yeah, I have a furry child. Walks around and it meows. Has food and water too, and it doesn't even want to be pet. Like, I'm looking at it and it's just looking at me. Not even looking at me, it's just meowing away. Which is why I don't like Monster Hunter, because in Monster Hunter Ultimate 4, your companions are cats that meow. Like, I want to get away from my real life of meowing cats. So,
Do you guys talk? Guitar Hero Live is probably a better question. If you were able to talk to anyone, how many features? Yeah, I'll ask them. I don't know. I don't think necessarily American big companies are big fans of us after the whole Ubisoft thing, but you know, it is what it is.
no, I think we'll be fine. Let's get him.
You
let's
know-
get this guy some answers.
But Ubisoft did talk shit about me. You guys
have you seen what you've been doing to them?
Whatever, dude. If you deserve it, you deserve it. Do you guys talk to the YYY guy? Yeah, we talked to Jason C.
Do you?
I do, at least. I don't know if you do.
I talked to him once, and then he made an Indie Corner parody.
I talked to him on Twitter a lot. That was not a lot, but I talked to him. He's a good dude.
Yeah, it's kind of structured strange here at Nintendo Enthusiasts. We have like the writer, we have the forums, which are there's a community in the forums. There's a community of writers that create all the content that you read, and Shawn is on that. And then you have like the YouTube community, which is myself, Shawn. You've got Shelfie, Jason on YYY, and Eli sometimes pops in. And I don't know, there's a little bit of mixture, but not much.
My hand's in most of the pots. Not the forums, because I don't have time for that. Really.
We've got a request to get Jason from YYY on CVC on our podcast.
I think he works nights.
Does he?
I would like that. I for some reason I think he does, but I would like that.
He makes things awkward,
I know, that's
which
why
is
I would
good.
like
I mean, it'd be interesting. It's just so many women and so many women jokes.
I don't know how he pulls them all. That's crazy to me.
Pulls them the jokes.
No, pulls them onto his show.
Oh, all of his cosplay interviews. Yeah.
Like shit, man. Some of those chicks have like 40,000 Twitter followers, and I'm like, what? Why him? Why not me?
Have you asked?
No, I don't want to interview a cosplayer. I don't.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'll save my
That's
my
what
theories.
he
on
asks.
that.
You don't. I want some Star Fox news too. That's going to be the E3 stuff. Earthbound 2, Mother 3.
God, I hope there's no more Earthbound.
I'm calling
Enough
it.
of it.
I was going to say Amiibo the game. I could see that happening.
What would you do in it?
I don't have the thought. I don't have the process thought out that far, but I think the brand Amiibo is so strong. You can make a game out of it. I just don't know what it would be about.
It's called Amiibo Tap, and it's free.
But you don't play it like there. No.
You do play stuff. You play 3 minutes of free games.
Yeah. Like, is that really enough? I don't know. Like, that's what NES Remix was. That's not free. Anyway, we're not going to go back into that.
Super Nintendo games, too. Is there Super Nintendo Remix yet? No, there's not.
Good point. Which one gives you Super Nintendo? It's a random, right? When you tap the
Yep.
Amiibo, it's random?
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. That's a bit better. Speaking of NES Remix, I really do hope we see an SNES Remix. That'd be amazing. Challenges in Super Mario World.
That would be interesting. I think, you know what? Come to think of it, I think an Amiibo game could work, but it would have to be when the cards come out as well. Because no one's going to... I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But, I mean, it's so hard to get the damn things. At least with the cards, it'd be a little easier to get your hands on them.
Yeah. Well, the tricky thing is Nintendo's philosophy is the Amiibo is not a requirement to play. So just because the game would be themed with Amiibo and the Amiibo would obviously have an interesting add-on to the game, it can't be like locked content. And you know what?
No. Have you seen Splatoon?
What?
Splatoon has like modes and missions that are Amiibo only.
What? Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. You know, the contrast of how Nintendo does the whatever you call them play Amiibo versus like how Activision did it with Skylander is so obvious now. I was playing Trap Team today or yesterday, and like there was a place where I wanted to get a chess, but it was behind like just the stupid crystal. And like you have to pay $16 just to get the guy, just to go through that to get your freaking chest. And that chest doesn't give you anything really crazy. It just gives you like a little gem to finish your collection. But like, it's just so like they don't even try. It's so obvious. Like, oh, you want this collectible to put in? Well, pay $16. Like the money gate is so obvious.
Well, if people put money, you know, if people are willing to spend the money, they'll, you know, they're not making it just to, you know.
Yeah, I know it's a system that
their
works.
rocks off. They're making it because people are eating it up and buying it.
Yeah, well, the geek culture is very collector.
The what culture?
The geek culture. Like we are a part of the geek culture.
I misheard you. Apologies.
I used to hoard tons and tons of stuff in a room. It was actually a Star Wars room. I used to be a huge Star Wars collector, and I dedicated an entire room to just my junk. I just hoarded Star Wars stuff because I don't know. I liked looking at it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the more you see, you learn something new all the time. So is there any other topics or questions you want to pick up, Shawn, before we wrap this up?
Do you think the new Lego game will outperform Amiibo? That's kind of interesting. I don't think so, just because it doesn't have that, you know, I mean, it has, supposedly the character roster is pretty diverse, but I don't think it will.
I'm starting to think that you're hitting consumer fatigue with these figures. Like I feel like the Lego game is, I don't know. I feel like it's very strong. The Lego brand's very strong, but my junk in a whole room. That's how I need a whole room for that. The Lego, like this is the fourth piece of collectible plastic that lets you play a game. The fourth series. I think people are just getting tired out. I think that's going to it's going to play a factor. Like parents are probably already ditching Skylanders because their kids want Nintendo. Like usually it's targeted toward their kids market. I understand there's a very strong market in the adults to get them all. But after you've just got so much, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, but I think we're hitting the fatigue point. That saturation, every business curve has a whoop. It's that peak goes down. I think we're like over here, and then we're
like Guitar Hero and Rock Band and DJ Hero and Hero and Zero Hero.
We had Dance Dance Revolution around there too. Like everybody had a guitar, everybody had a dance mat. You even had the Mario one. What was that video you did? Mario DDR, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hit a saturation point. Like there was too much, and now they're reviving it. So. What do you think about reports that Nintendo is no longer bringing SNES to the Virtual Console?
I think it was Natsume talking out of turn. I mean, really, it was just a guy at Natsume who said that. So it's not like that's written in stone. People have to run with it and stuff.
Yeah, this is a good feedback question. The Xenoblade Chronicles. I don't know if you've played the Wii one. Is the experience better on the Wii as opposed to the new 3DS?
I haven't played the new 3DS one.
Do you recall what our writers, Jonathan and Eli, were talking?
Graphically, graphically, supposedly it's better on the Wii, but you have to factor in the whole portability thing, which helps in an RPG.
It's really down to personal preference. If you're on the go a lot, then you'll probably enjoy the 3DS version more so than the Wii version.
I think what you also need to consider is your screen size. Like if you play it on the Wii on a big screen, and it's compared to all the other games out now, it's gonna not look that good. But on the smaller 3DS screen with the same kind of attention, with the same kind of visuals, I think it just pops more on the new 3DS.
Right.
Like Eli, who reviewed it, was saying it looked fantastic on the new 3DS. He said the visuals were just like jaw dropping. So I don't think you're missing out on much if you pick it up on the new 3DS.
No, not at all.
And it's cheaper, so.
That's true. I didn't even think of that.
All right. So I'm gonna let you do the sign off this time because you always laugh at my keep it classy. So sign us off.
All right. Thank you for joining us. Apologies for the strange idea we had that our thing would work out, because it didn't. But that's okay. You gotta try different things sometimes.
We're not perfect.
As always, thanks for coming and hanging out with us. And we'll be back next week. So keep on playing indie.
Yeah, nice try. You're supposed to pass it off to me and say bye.
Oh, yeah. What's Jason got to say? Go, Jason, go.
Oh, you suck at this. Yeah, thanks, guys, for dropping in. Always a pleasure to talk with you guys and hash out some Nintendo topics with you guys. We'll see you guys next week. You want to do a plug-in for your Patreon and all that good stuff, Shawn?
Yeah, go check out my Patreon. I tweet about it sometimes, and I'll tweet about it right this very second, actually.
Okay, now say keep it crassy.
Keep it crassy.
And keep it classy. See you guys next week.
Later.